dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA, just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends, then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. Trevor Davis now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They go play action here on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. The Packers and Falcons, they've had some memorable encounters in recent years. They met at the Georgia Dome in the 2016 NFC Championship game won by Atlanta, as well as the first regular season game at the new Mercedes-Benz Dome. That game also won by the Falcons 34-23, so revenge on the minds of the green and gold here. And Graham's got it over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do. A lot of times we talk about being opportunistic as a defense as a whole. Right now it's becoming just one guy on this defense.
And he is doing such a fantastic job, because everyone emphasizes taking the ball away, going after the football. But some people just have a special knack for it. He forced 2 fumbles last week, and there he forces another one in this game.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Josh Jones in on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Ryan. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Third and long, it's Ryan. Being chased out left. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Ryan on second down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. From the shotgun, Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, it's the Falcons. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. This is Coleman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's going to get it running right. Oh, look at the juke. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's Coleman here. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
partner. I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right? I
think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Sneak, Rodgers. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now this time Rodgers will throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
319.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
319.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him deep, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Ryan back into his end zone. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone, and he gave it to him. 15 big yards. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Get up!
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
12. Hey, Tuesday.
To throw again. Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
11. Mike's 50. 11.
Again, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Tuesday.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They were looking that time to get it to Justin Hardy. And it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
21.
Ryan will throw again. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Bryant's kick is good. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Hey, let's
Ryan
go.
will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hey, let's go. Hey, got it.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Left.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense. Get the ball back.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and it finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
He's going to loft, and that's caught inside the 35. They give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Rodgers now on 1st down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are back within a score. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. Crosby on now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Get out! On! Gun! Hey, Tuesday!
On second down, Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
54, Seth! Gun! Hey, Tuesday!
On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Gun! Hey, let's go! Left! Go!
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Flush to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Falcons on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Ryan. On the screen, this is Coleman. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Coleman. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Ryan. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenny Clark coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Bryant's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points. So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game. Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
26.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A give to Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to us.
Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. The fly route works for the TD grab.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Coleman now. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. will run again with Coleman. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Gun. 20. Gun it. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He's back to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Aaron Rodgers so cool in these situations, but he's got to get his guys moving.
Yeah, they have to be able to have that urgency while still keeping their cool.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Falcons, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals.